start by showing you the first few steps to crochet. You'll want to take your yarn, and to start any crochet you'll want to do what's called a slip knot, and everybody does their slip knots a little differently. Basically all I do is I make a loop and then I lay it down on the string, and then I put my hook in here and pull that tight. And that's your basic slip knot. So most projects will start with chaining. So to chain, you will yarn over and pull through that loop you just made. That's slip knot. And just continue on by doing the same thing. Yarn over, pull through. Yarn over, pull through. Now when you're starting your foundation chain, you want to make sure you don't chain too tight, otherwise it'll be hard to go back in to those chains when you're starting. So another way to start your crochet is what they call the magic ring. Now again, this is a little tricky, but once you get the hang of it, it's quite simple. I start by taking my tail and wrapping it over my fingers like this, and then I pinch with my thumb on my ring finger, and then all I do is I take my finger out and just pull down towards me like this and make a little circle like that, and then take my hook and go in and yarn over and pull through that little loop, and then make one slip stitch to start. And then all you have to do is carry on with whichever stitch you're doing. There's no need to chain up. Another way to do it is people will start by making the slip knot, like I said, make a loop and then lay it down on the string and put your hook in there and pull it tight. And to do the chain ring, is what I call it, is people will chain a multiple of 2 or 3, sometimes 4, and then I'm going to do 3 in my example here. So I've chained 3, and then all you do is you go back into that first hole, yarn over and pull through and through, and that creates a little loop. It's very, very small and hard to see, but then you can carry on your work chaining up as you would normally and into the center of the hole you can see there on the back of my work, and yarn over and pull through and complete your stitch. Now my favorite method is the magic ring. I'll show you that again because it's a little tricky. But you take the tail end upwards and wrap it around and bring it back through your ring finger like so. And then remove your middle finger and grab this little bit of yarn and twist and pull this way. Now if you go and twist and pull this way, when you put your hook through, it's not really going to do much. It's just going to come back apart. So make sure you twist towards you and that top strand is over top of the tail end like this. And put your hook in and just grab the yarn and pull it through. And then complete with a slip stitch, which is a yarn over and pull through. And then you've got this pretty little ring. Now you can put as many stitches as you need to in this ring. Commonly it's 6, 12, 6 for most amigurumis, 12 for a lot of hats, depending on the stitch and your tension and your hook size. I'm using a 4 weight yarn with a standard size 6 hook. It's kind of hard to see. There we go. There we go. So that's basically it for starters. Now to teach you the 3 most common beginner stitches. So that would be the single crochet, the double crochet, and the half double crochet. So I'm going to start by making my loop for my slip knot, tail end over top, and then fold it over like this, and wrong side, sorry. Put my hook in and pull it tight like so. And then for this example, I'm just going to chain 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now there's my chain of 10. So because I'm going to start by showing you the single crochet, I will chain one more for 11. And then I'm going to take my hook and go back into not this one here, but this second stitch from the hook, and then yarn over, pull through, and then yarn over again and pull through both those loops, and that is your first single crochet. So again, I'll show you into the next little loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both those loops. It's kind of hard to see here. I'll keep going and I'll show you what it looks like at the end. So I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, in the bump, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. So now you can see it's kind of starting to work up a bit of a stitch here. And once you get the hang of it, it makes things a little easier. Going through the foundation chains can be a little tricky sometimes if you're starting out, but once you practice, you'll get the hang of it, and as I say, practice makes permanent, because nobody is perfect. So there's the last couple of stitches here at the end. I'll show you. Now I'm getting to the end. This is my knot, and I'm not going to do anything with that. I'm just going to go into this last little bump here, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, and pull through, and that's the last stitch in the row. And that's the basic single crochet. And now for the double crochet, at the end of your row, I'm going to chain 1, 2. Some people chain 3. I chain 2 because I find it leaves too much of a gap in between this chain and the next stitch following. So after you chain 2, we're going to turn your work. Now this is the reverse side, so it looks a little different than the front. But to do the next one is called the double crochet. So for the double crochet, we're going to yarn over before we go into the little V. See those pretty little braids along the top? We want to be putting our hook into both of those little loops each time we go through for every stitch. So for the double crochet, we start with a yarn over and go through both those loops, yarn over again and pull through. So now you have 3 loops on your hook, yarn over for the 4th, and now we're going to pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over again and pull through 2 loops again, and that completes your first double crochet. Now I find the double crochet is about twice the length of the single crochet, so I think that's why they call it the double crochet. And in the UK, I believe they call it the treble crochet, but I've been called the double crochet all my life. So again, show you the stitch. You yarn over, and we're going to go through the next little V here, both of them, yarn over and pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. Onto the third one, yarn over into both, not one, both loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2 again. And as you get more comfortable with crocheting, you'll be able to do this a lot faster, and you'll be able to work up a scarf in a matter of an hour or 2 sometimes 3, depending on how busy you are. So I'm just finishing this row here, and I'm making sure to go through both loops. When I yarn over, pull through, yarn over, to pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. If you go through just one, either the front or the back, you will end up making a bit of an angle on your crochet. I'll show you real quick here. Oh, stuck. But this is a little bit more advanced. Doing the same stitch, just only went through 1 loop, but now you see I've got this extra little bump here. Creates a little ridge or a little lining. It also, you can use it to make sharper corners in amigurumi, to do the bottoms of little cozies for, say, plant holders, plant pots, mug cozies. It just creates a nice sharp little edge on there. Okay, so I'm at the last stitch here. It's kind of hard to see, but it's there. And you're just going to go into both those loops, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops again. And that will make the double crochet. So it's a very nice stitch, but it does leave quite gappy spaces in it. So I prefer the half double crochet. I use the half double crochet in majority of my custom works, orders and pieces. But to do that, because we're at the end of the row, we're going to chain up 2 again, just like the double crochet. So this crochet stitch is basically the in-between size. The single crochet is small, the double crochet is large, the half double crochet is going to be somewhere in between the 2 of them. So to do the half double crochet, all you do is yarn over, go through both those loops, and yarn over and pull through, and then all you're going to do is simply yarn over and pull through all 3 of those loops. Just that easy. So it's just like the double crochet, but instead of yarning over and pulling through 2 loops, we're going to carry on and pull through all 3. And it makes a nice tight gapless stitch. Go through all 3 loops, and it's a lot tighter than the larger half double. And I use it for fingerless mittens, my regular mittens. You could use it for scarves, hats, any kind of headbands. You could even make a blanket with it. It's one of those universal stitches. So once again, all I'm doing is yarn over, go through both loops, pull through, yarn over, pull through, and all 3 of those loops. Yarn over, go through 2 loops, not 1, 2, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3 of those loops. And that was the last stitch, second last stitch on my row here. So for the very last one, it's kind of hard to see because it's a chain, but we want to be working right into the top loop of that second chain space, and pull through, yarn over, pull through all 3, and that'll make a nice straight edge for us. So now you can see the difference between the 3 stitches. See how much tighter the half double crochet is in between when you stretch it out. And it's a very beautiful stitch as well. So that about wraps it up for this. If you have any questions, comments, suggestions, if you want to see me make anything, leave a comment. Make sure that you like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more tutorials. Bye!